Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. And as you all know me, my name is Oindrila, and I'm the GDSC lead at my campus, TSCSIT. And I'm also one of the organizers of Flutter Festival, along with Harsh Chabra and Noman Khan. And we are conducting Flutter Festivals in collaboration with C Sharp Corner and a handful number of GDSCs. You can find all the GDSCs in the description. And today we have Mr. Vivek Yadav as a guest speaker, and I would like to welcome him on board and give a brief introduction about himself. So, welcome, sir.
Hey guys, hey Andrea, thank you for having me here. So, Andrea, can you take my screen up? Cool. Okay, yeah. So, hey guys, welcome to Flutter Festival. Now I am with GDSC, DSC, SIT, and yeah, it's another session on Flutter Festival, and today we are going to have a look on very special topic. Okay, and so let's have it. So first we'll see what is Flutter. Okay, so that will be a simple introduction to Flutter, and then we'll see the roadmap to become a Flutter developer. So from beginner to master. Okay, so we'll see how one can become a Flutter developer. Okay, after that, we'll have some casual conversation. If you have any question, you can put them in comment, and I will try to answer them. Cool. So here it's me. I'm Vivek Yadav. I'm GD for Flutter and Art. I'm senior developer at Zest Money. Apart from that, I write blogs on Medium. I do mentor people. So if you have any query that you think that I can solve, so just ping me on LinkedIn, Twitter, or anywhere you feel comfortable. I will try to help you out. Apart from that, yeah, I'm developer by heart, and I have my own YouTube channel, Pro Coach. So you can just search in on YouTube. I have few videos and few playlists out there to help you out, and I try to upload video very frequently. But now it's kind of paused, but yeah, I will continue that very soon. And yes, in the last, you can contact me on Twitter, LinkedIn, GitHub, if possible, Instagram or whatever platform by using the ID VivekY259259. Cool. So let's get started. The first thing is what is Flutter and why Flutter. Okay, I think a lot of you guys are students. Okay, so we'll see if Flutter is useful for you or not. Okay, first let's see what is Flutter. Flutter is Google's UI toolkit built for building beautiful UI to give native performance using single code base. So what does it mean? It means using Flutter, or I can say Flutter framework, you can build beautiful UI. Okay, and with this beautiful UI, your application will be cross-platform. That means your beautiful application will run on Android, iOS, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, website, and even in some cases embedded on the embedded platforms. So yeah, Flutter helps you to build beautiful UI applications. Okay, and it is across platforms. Apart from that, it gives you native performance. Okay, so while your applications are beautiful, yeah, it is running on multiple platforms. The performance is not compromised. You still get the native performance. So yeah, let me just elaborate what is native performance. So native means if you write an application in, let's say, Kotlin. Okay, so Android Kotlin is the first language for Android. Okay, so the speed of your application would be similar to what we built here in Flutter. So the application made by Flutter and application made by Kotlin would have similar performance. Okay, same thing goes with all platforms. Okay, and with all of these, we have to write our code only once. So that means you will write your code once and it will run on all of these platforms. Okay, with beautiful UI and native performance, and that's what single code base. So yeah, that was introduction to Flutter. But why should we use Flutter? Yes. So the first answer is less cost. Okay. So what is cost? So cost is something which you invest while building your application. Okay. and how the cost is less in case of Flutter. So which Flutter, because it is single code base. Okay, so that means you don't have to write different codes for different platforms. And when I say platforms, that means Android app or iOS app or any desktop app or website, right? You're writing single time and you are just writing one code and that will run on all platforms. Okay, so it will save your time. Next thing, it so with few features of Flutter, for example, hot reload and hot restart, your development would become much faster as compared to other platforms. So that means, let me just tell you what is hot reload and hot restart. So hot reload and hot restart gives you ability to see changes in your application within seconds. Okay, you can even restart your whole application in 1 second, or you can just refresh your particular screen in 1 second. So I'll give an example. I was When I started my career, I was doing Android development. So if I have to see any change in my Android app, I have to restart my whole application, right? And it would take 3 to 4 minutes because I had a very bad laptop at that time. But in Flutter, it just takes 1 second. Okay, you can compare, right? Three to 4 minutes is where, and 1 second is where. So it also helps you to reduce cost and help you to develop your application faster. And with all of this, okay, you're saving money, you're going in market, much faster. Okay, you're giving your customers beautiful UI, you're giving your customers a faster application, and all of these with single code base. So your time is not wasting so much, the customer's time is not wasting so much. So it's win-win situation for everyone, and that's why a lot of people use Flutter. So yeah, I think that is it. So what was Flutter and why Flutter? Let's talk about something else. That is Flutter roadmap. So what is Flutter? We got it. Why you should use Flutter? Use that. We got that as well. So now let's see how you can, start a Flutter journey and how you can become master of it. Okay. So yeah, I hope everyone can see my screen. Okay. So few things that you have to remember while deciding if Flutter is, how you can start a Flutter journey. Yeah. Yep. So the first thing is the Dart language. Okay. To learn Flutter, you should know Dart language. Okay. It is not very hard. It is similar to what you have in Python, right? In Java or in JS. Okay. It is very similar to that. After that, you should have Git knowledge. Okay. So basically, you should know how you can use Git. Well, it's simple. I mean, not very hard, but yeah, few things you should know about Git. With that, this Flutter roadmap. Okay, so yeah, definitely you should also know. You should also have Flutter knowledge. Okay, so three most important things. First is Dart language, another is Git, of course, and then Flutter. After that, so this is very clear that Flutter depends on platforms, right? For example, if you're developing an Android app, okay, so it will depend on Android ecosystem. If you're developing an application for iPhone, so it will depend on Apple ecosystem, right? So you should also know how your application will behave on multiple platforms, right? What type of APIs your application use, okay, what happens when you change your orientations, what is the life cycle of your application in that particular platform. So you have to learn that as well. After that, some design knowledge. Okay, so when we say some design knowledge, that means some UI and UX knowledge. You should know what kind of UI is good for your consumer, what kind of user experience, that is UX, is good for your consumer. Okay, for example, if you have complete black screen, okay, on that if you're building a widget, or let's say if you're adding a button, so you should know, right, if that is looking good or bad, okay, in terms of UI and UX as well. So you should have that info as well. Apart from that, you should also have some programming knowledge concepts. Okay, the programming knowledge concepts includes oops, oops concepts, and then case dry, and then singleton. So basically this design pattern thing, so you should know all those concepts as well. With all those things, let me talk about uh, the milestones. Okay, milestones, or you can also say checkpoints. Okay, so the first, or you can say levels. Whatever you want to say. So the first level is basic or beginner. Okay, second level is intermediate level. Third level is advanced level. Fourth is expert. Fifth is master, and this is made by me. Okay, so if any if you're talking to someone else, so this might be different. Okay, I mean, even if you're preparing this particular thing for yourself, then this might different. Okay, so yeah, so let's see what we have to do in basic. Okay, so if you want to become a beginner level Flutter developer, okay, so for beginner level Flutter developer, you should know Dart language. Okay, and you should have intermediate level of knowledge in the Dart language. Okay, it will include hooks concept and some other programming principles of Dart language. Okay, with the Dart language, you should also have info or experience of working with simple Git operations. Okay, so you should know how you can push your code, how you can pull your code, and how you can check out branches. Okay, also with that you should also have Flutter knowledge, a basic Flutter knowledge. What are the widgets? Okay, how they behave, stateful widget, stateless widget, how you can create your own widget. And then you should also know navigations, how you can navigate between different pages. Okay, for example, how you can navigate from home page to profile page, from profile page to login page. Okay, that's kind of thing. A simple navigation, not very hard. Okay. Then you should also know how you can write an API call. Okay. Yeah. And with all of this, if you're able to build a simple application, okay, a simple Flutter application, then you can say that you have passed your beginner level and you have moved on to the intermediate level. Okay. So once you reach to intermediate level, okay, definitely your Dart language should be stronger. Okay, that's where this comes. So for Dart language, so yeah, you should have the advanced level of Dart language. Okay, to become a intermediate Flutter developer. Okay, and when I say that you should be advanced with Dart language, that means if I give you any problem, okay, if I give you any problem, that then you should be able to solve that with the Dart language. Okay, for example, if I give you a merge sort, quick sort, or any other type of algorithm, then you should be able to use Dart language to solve that particular problem. Cool. Then with the Git, you should upgrade yourself. Okay, and you should learn some intermediate things in the Git. For example, you should know how to resolve conflicts. You should know how you can rebase branches, and you can know how you can merge branches. Okay, after Git, definitely you have to upgrade yourself with Flutter as well. So while upgrading into Flutter, okay, you should have what is that? So you should have basic knowledge of state management as well. Okay, it becomes to that, right? Yeah. So you should have basic knowledge of state management. Okay, you should have basic knowledge of other concepts such as context, keys, trees, different types of trees, all those things. Okay, you should know all of them. Okay, and here we are talking about the intermediate level of Flutter. Okay, and at the intermediate level you should also know databases. Okay, in databases, at least, okay, I'm saying at least, you should know the shared preference. Okay, you should be able to store some data using database. Okay, and after that, with the API, okay, you should know how to do caching. Okay, so what is caching? Caching is basically calling an API and saving the data. locally, so that so that you're not calling your API again and again. For example, if you downloaded user's profile, right? So you should not call your server again and again for that profile. You can store it locally and use it whenever you want. Okay. So with the API, you should also do caching. Okay. So for intermediate Flutter development, you should know basic state management. Okay, using set state, not very hard. Just set state is okay. Then you should know the different concepts in Flutter. Okay, different conceptual things. For example, context, trees. Okay, the URI entering parts. Then you should also have basic info on the databases. For example, shared preference, and you should also know API and caching. Okay, so basically caching with the API. Yeah, and if you're able to build a simple application, okay, with state management, okay, yeah, even with the set state only, okay, but you should have some state management, okay. So your simple application will contain state management, okay, and it will also have shared preference to store few data, okay, and you should also use an API to get the data and store it or cache it. Okay. So if you are able to build a Flutter application with all of these things, okay, then you can call yourself that you have passed your intermediate level Flutter thing, okay, and now you can advance yourself to learn some advanced concepts in Flutter. Okay, so when you are starting up to learn out advanced, you want to become an advanced Flutter developer, at that time, okay, you should know everything about Dart language. You should know everything about Dart language. Okay, you have to give your time to Dart language. You have to do a lot of experiment with the Dart language. Okay, go out and try out almost every function of the Dart language. Okay, so yeah, so at the advanced Flutter development, okay, at the advanced Flutter development, you should know all about Dart language. Okay, with that you should also know some advanced topics in Git. Okay, for example, branching, for example, tagging, for example, code reviews. You should be able to do code reviews. Okay, and PR as well. You should be able to create PR, review PR, all of this. And then with the issues, so you should be able to create issues. You should able to comment on that issue. You should be able to open and close an issue. Okay, so you should be good with Git functionality as well. Okay, with that, because right now you're learning advanced Flutter topics, okay, so you should also know animations. Okay, animations. You should also know streams, how to use streams. Okay, not expert, but you should be very good. You should be very good in state management. Okay, and how to become a good in state management? You have to use at least one tool. Okay, at least one tool for the state management. Okay, and if it is provider, then it's best. Okay, product is best state management for beginners. Okay, and right now you are in the advanced phase of Flutter development, so you should also be able to create packages and plugins. Okay, and you should be able to write complex UIs. You should also know what is optimization in Flutter. Okay, you should also know that how you can optimize your Flutter application. Okay, with that you should also know different databases. Okay, the preferred one is SQLite. So if you learn SQLite, okay, that means you're advancing. Okay, and after that you should have almost all this knowledge of API, right? Basically how to call an API. So get, post, put, delete, all those calls. Okay, how you can intercept your API. Okay, how you can use a tool like Alice. Okay, here, and how you can use Dio, all those things. And you should also know JSON related things for the APIs. Okay, or I can say JSON related operations. Okay, cool. So basically JSON related, that means when you get some response, okay, You should be able to parse, unparse, you should be able to take out data which is coming from the JSON. Okay, you should be able to convert that JSON data into some models. Okay, so yeah, all those things. And in the end, okay, you should also know platform channel. Okay, so platform channel uh, is a way to interact with your platform. Okay, so here let's say your Flutter code. Okay, here is your Android or iOS or Mac OS. Okay, so these are platforms. Okay, and this platform channel is a way where Flutter can interact with these platforms. Okay, even these platforms can interact with Flutter. So what do we mean by interaction? Direction by interaction we means we can send some data from Flutter to here. Okay, from Flutter to here and from here to Flutter as well. Okay, so that is Flutter channel, Flutter platform, method channel, or you can say Flutter channel. Sorry, platform channel. Okay, so to become an advanced developer, okay, you should know all of these things. Okay, now if you are able to build an application using all of these things, okay, then you are ready. I mean, you are ready with advanced things. Okay, now you can proceed to become expert in Flutter language, or sorry, Flutter framework. Okay, and how to become expert? So to become expert in Flutter, you have to know a lot of things, not just Flutter. Okay, you should know a lot of things that support Flutter development. Okay, you should have the architectural knowledge as well. Okay, how you can architect your Flutter application, you should have some experience, you should know that. Okay, or you learn that to become expert in Flutter. After that, you should also know how to scale your Flutter application. Okay, so basically let's say your application is used by 10,000 users. Okay, so you should know what you have to do when your application will be used by 10 million users. Okay, that's what scaling is. After that, you should also know little bit of Kotlin and Swift. Okay, not very hardcore, but a little bit of Kotlin and Swift, so that you can write platform methods. Okay, which we have discussed over here. Right? This thing. So you should know Kotlin and Swift, or basically Android, iOS, basically whatever platform you're working on, right? If you're working on Windows, I think you have to learn C Sharp. Okay, so if you're thinking that you want to become Flutter expert, okay, and if you're working on desktop application, then you should also know how to write few codes in C Sharp. Okay, for Windows, for Android it is Kotlin, for iOS it is Swift. Okay, yeah, and using those you have to write platform methods or event methods. Okay. After that, you should be very good, or I can say master of developing packages and plugins. Okay, you should be able to develop any type of package and any type of plugin. Okay, also because you are an expert in Flutter, right? That means now you can mentor other Flutter developers. Okay, so you can mentor and teach, okay, to other Flutter developers who are just starting up, or who are at the intermediate level, or at the advanced level. Okay, after that, yep, you already know some optimization of Flutter. Okay, but to become expert, you should know a lot of optimizations of Flutter application. Okay, you should also know how you can do profiling in Flutter. Okay, so profiling, that means to find out, at what particular point your application is breaking, or at what particular point your application is creating some performance spike. So you should know all of them. After that, because you're an expert, you should also know how to upload an application on Play Store and App Store. Okay, I'm talking about both, not just one. And if you're developing your Windows application or Mac OS application, so I think you have different stores. So for whatever platform you are building your application, you should know how to upload an app for that particular platform. Okay, well, after that, it's time to master Flutter development. And what is mastering of Flutter development? So when I say mastering Flutter development, that means just squeezing out every part of Flutter. So you should know in and out of Flutter. You should know how rendering is taking place in Flutter. So there is endless thing here when I say mastering Flutter framework. Okay, I so right now you can see that I have listed down few six elements to master Flutter development, but the list is endless. If we sit down, so we can write a lot and lot topics which will require to become a master of Flutter development. And as soon as you reach at this level, while starting up this master thing, you will automatically know what things are required for you. So you don't need any layout for what things are required and what things are not. But in nutshell, what you should know, you should know the architectural part. Okay, you should also take participate in architectural decisions of your application. Okay, which is built into Flutter. Okay, you should also know how your application's architecture looks like. Okay, and how your file architecture look like or folder architecture looks like. Okay, you are very good at optimizing any Flutter application. Okay, not just your application, any Flutter application. Okay, you also know how to write your application in modularized way. Okay, it is modularized way. Okay, you are also good at writing packages and plugins, okay, in Flutter. So if I say that, hey, I want to build this particular thing, and then you find out that there is no package or plugin available. Okay, so at that time you should be very good. Okay, in writing packages and plugins. And what? Okay. Can you add my screen again? Yeah, thank you. Cool. So yeah. So at expert level, or sorry, at master level, you should be good with modular applications. You should be good with writing packages, Flutter packages. You should be good at writing Flutter plugins. Okay, and everything about it. You should know about it, and you should also create any type of package and plugin. Okay. After that, you should know everything about render part. Okay, you should know about everything about how Flutter renders UI, how Flutter layouts that particular color, how Flutter is drawing that line. Okay, how Flutter is doing that animation. So you should know all those things to become master Flutter developer. Okay, and will all with all of this, because these things, I mean, this particular thing will never stop. Okay, you should also know how to build games. Okay, you should also know how to write complex UIs. You should also know how to handle complex state management. Okay, so let's say that you have 100 screens. Okay, so you should be very good at handling those 100 screens with very complex state management, and you should understand that state management as well. And if possible, if the existing state management tools are not helping you out, then you should be able to create own state management tool. Got it? You should be able to create your own state management tool as well. Okay, and yep, I think that was a roadmap of how you can become master in Flutter. But again, these things are not very limited. Okay, this is just what I have created for this particular event. Okay, there are this list is very long. Okay, but I think these are some essential things. So if you're going this way, then definitely you can reach out to at the master level. And yeah, as I said, that once you reach out at master level, you will automatically know what things are needed. Okay, where you are lacking and where you have to improve. You can automatically you will get that. Okay, and I think that is it for the state management part. And I think, yeah, I think that is it. Sorry, that is it from the Flutter roadmap part. Okay, from beginner to mastering Flutter roadmap. Okay, and in meanwhile, if you have anything that you want to ask me, you can post your question in comment box, and I would be happy to help you out. Organizers, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very insightful session, sir. It was very informative. And yeah, if you have any questions, then you can type in the chat box. If anyone of you have any questions, you can just type in the chat box and sir will answer.
Yeah, I will try to answer it. Okay, do we have any
So,
question coming in?
no, as of now, we don't have any.
Okay, cool, cool.
So, there is a question
Or
from my
yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
I would like to know the career prospects in Flutter.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wanted to talk about that as well. Okay, so the career prospect of Flutter. Okay, so first we have to understand where Flutter is useful. Okay, or what you can build with Flutter. Okay, so Flutter can be used to build front end applications. Okay, so that means you can have a good career in front end. Okay, and especially, so this Flutter thing is specially used in mobile application. Okay, so the two things are clear, that you can become front end developer. Okay, or you can become mobile developer. Okay, in some cases, for example, the companies like Make Stories. So Make Story is a company here from Mumbai who uses Flutter Web to create stories. Okay, so yeah, in that company you can become web developer with Flutter. Okay, so this thing is clear that with the Flutter you can have front end development career. Okay, well, along with that, if you know any backend language, okay, for example, Node.js, PHP, or anything like Java, Golang, so you can have the full stack development career as well with Flutter. Okay, even with the Dart language, we have some kind of this backend thing. So if you know Dart language, you can be full stack Dart developer as well, where in the front end you're using Flutter and in the back end you're using Dart language. Okay, and well, yeah, that would be the entry point. Okay, after after a few years, let's say down the line 1 or 2 year, you will become senior mobile developer or senior front end developer. Okay, so basically you will gain seniority of whatever you have started. Okay, after that, yeah, I think, yeah, after that you will become some lead. Okay, so when you become lead developer, so at that time you're doing the same, you're doing whatever you were doing at the senior level. Okay, along with that, now you will be handling out team. Okay, you will have some 4 or 5 people to people to handle them. Okay, and yeah, all this will you do, this thing you will do with actual Flutter development. And so after that things starts to scatter out. Okay, so for example, now you're lead. Okay, so if you want to go into complete management, okay, so you can pursue that. If you want to stick with the development only, so you can become the engineering manager. You can become the front end manager. Okay, front end engineer manager, something like that. Or you can become the principal engineer, or you can become the staff engineer. Okay, or you can become the director of mobile engineering part. So all these things are with the code if you want to do coding, and if you don't want to do coding anyhow, then you can move to the management part. But yeah, you can pursue all these things with the Flutter. In the nutshell, you have to start with Flutter anywhere.
Okay, thank you so much for telling me. And also, like, is there any certification course, you know, for beginners?
Well, there's no certification course as of now, and I think there are some institutes who have started teaching Flutter and giving out courses and certification on that. But I think there is no such official certification. For example, for Java we have from Oracle, right? So we don't have that particular thing in Flutter yet. But yeah, there's a lot of thing. I mean, people have started their own bootcamp. For example, just now I have started my own bootcamp, so I'll post a link here. So if any of you are interested in joining that particular bootcamp, so go through that particular post and you will find a link in the first comment. So it's on LinkedIn, okay? So you can apply there. So like this, there are many people have started. And also one more thing I want to highlight, that Indian government, so basically the education part, okay? So Indian education ministry, they are thinking on adding Flutter, Flutter development as an optional subject. Okay,
Oh,
so
that's very
as
wonderful.
yeah, in Delhi, I have already taught to one of the college for 4 months. So they had Flutter development as their optional subject. Okay. So similarly, you can just assume that there would be some more of it. So if yeah,
Okay,
that would be good. Yeah, instead of going through different different companies for uh, so basically, for certifications, if you are learning that particular thing in your college curriculum, I think that would have much more or greater value.
great. And also, sir, what are the resources to learn more about Dart and Flutter from beginner to expert level?
If you talk about resources, so definitely, okay. So yeah, resources. So definitely Google. The Twitter or Google are the best. So basically, you can search out for any topic and you will get them. Apart from that, if you want a specific course type of thing, then you can go on Udemy. There are some courses on YouTube as well, and I think one of our GD is preparing. I think he has prepared already the Flutter course. Okay, and it will be available on YouTube, so you can have a look at that as well. And even there are some courses available from Pawan Kumar. I have created my own Dart language playlist on YouTube, so you can go and check out them. So yeah, YouTube is one of the best place, and then Udemy, and yeah. Apart from that, Google also provided code labs. Okay, so you can find out code lab for Flutter. And I think for beginner level or for starting up, code labs would be very great. Okay, you can just start using code labs, because code labs have things in step by step manner. So any if you stuck anywhere, you can go and refer your code labs. So yeah, that would be it.
Thank you. So, do any of you have any more questions to sir? Please type in the chat box.
If you have any question, just type here in comment box. Or also, if you have any question later, okay. So if you later on find out any question that ask me, so connect me on LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever. Okay, and I would be happy to help you out. Also,
Sure,
Andrella,
sure.
can you post that link which I shared with you here in private chat?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that particular link is post of my link. I mean, that is a LinkedIn post where I'm announcing the bootcamp thing. Okay, and if you're interested in that, so let me know. Okay, and fill out. So there is this Google form in the comment, one of the first comment. So fill out that and let me know if you're interested in that. for now it is an offline bootcamp, and yeah. And even in Bengal, so one of my colleague is has started this Flutter Kolkata. So Flutter Kolkata is a community out there. So if you're learning Flutter, just get in touch with them. And so because they are local people, so locally we connect much better, right? So if we want to connect with them, do connect with them as well.
Sure, sure. So it's a Flutter community in Kolkata.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thanks for letting me know. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I can get that. So that particular community is very new. Okay, so yeah, they are also learning few things, and yeah, and because of this COVID things, right? So they didn't get much attention now, but as soon as things get better, if they starting up many events there in Kolkata, I mean you guys can attend them.
Okay, nice.
Well, I think there is no question anymore. And if you have anything else or if you find out any question, just let me know so we can talk about that.
Yeah, sure. I'm just, as of now, we don't have any more questions.
So if that is it, then we can. I think we should wrap up. And yeah, again, guys, if you have any question, so do connect me on the LinkedIn and Twitter. I'll just show my connections again.
So you can
Yeah,
also share your social media profiles in here in the
yeah.
comments.
It's okay. Just yeah, you just type Vivek by 259 in Google and you will find me. Or you just type Vivek Flutter in Google. I would appear. Okay.
Okay, great. So yeah, I think we can conclude the session now as we don't have any more questions. Please
Yeah.
feel free to reach out to sir if if you get stuck while using Flutter. And thank you everyone for joining. And bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrea, from for being here, and thank you your team. Okay, for conducting such beautiful event here. And yeah, I hope that this particular event would be useful for some people. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.